Welcome to the stream, everyone. There we go. Oh, we just started the stream. We already have a like there. Wow. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Wednesday live. We're doing it a little bit earlier than normal. Actually, it's the sun is staying out a little bit later than it did in the winter. So I think a few times I've done it around this time. So a little bit after 5 o'clock on Eastern Standard Time for me. How's everybody doing tonight? This evening? You love the matching beanie and the t-shirt? Thank you. I didn't even do that on purpose. No, I did. All the way from Switzerland. Oh, hey, how's it going? Must be a little bit later over there, right? Right? Maybe what, 10 or 11? Have I watched Seaspiracy on Netflix? No, I have not. Welcome to the stream. We'll wait for a few more people to get the notification here. By the way, my computer crashed last week, for those of you that didn't know, so I had to reinstall Windows and a whole new C drive. So I lost everything on my desktop, which I do have the original drive, so I will be able to salvage that, but I don't have it on my computer right now. So how does everything sound? I had to reinstall my OBS system to stream this, and you know, hopefully the sound is crisp. It looks okay. I actually have a new lens that I'm using. Noeg Craig let me borrow a 24 millimeter lens, so a little bit blurrier in the background, nice little depth of field there, so sounds good. Awesome. Okay, well then we got a good stream going. All right. So let's see, updates. I uploaded a video on Monday. Was it Monday or Sunday? Anyway, I got a really good recipe for vegan jerky and what you can do with soy curls. So if you haven't seen that video yet, go check it out. They're so delicious. I was snacking on some last night, and I've got some more videos in the making to put out. What else? I did a live stream last night on Instagram with the Vegan Detroiter, and that was a fun interview. So I think he saved it right on his Instagram account. So the Vegan Detroiter, go check that out if you guys want to see, especially newbie vegans. If you guys want advice on going vegan and stuff, we covered a lot of that. We covered how I started the channel, how I started, how I went vegan, and advice for newbie vegans and stuff like that. So that was fun. Tomorrow I'll be doing not a video, but I'll be over on Clubhouse. I'll be over on Clubhouse doing a live stream there, and I got the details listed in my Instagram stories on the Vegan Zombie. So if you guys are over on Clubhouse, I know it's invite only. I got an invite from Trini, so I don't really have any followers over there yet. I'm just brand new to the thing, but they asked me to do they asked me to join them and do a discussion. So I guess it'll be fun. I won't have to worry about setting up the camera or anything. I could do it from my bed if I wanted, although I wouldn't do that. But and then the other thing that I wanted to announce is again, I've mentioned this before, but I have over on my Discord, we have a super chat coming in from Peter. Peter, thank you for the super chat. Have I seen Seaspiracy yet? So good and shocking. No, but I'm getting to that right now. Over on my Discord, we've been doing, we've only done one so far since my computer was broken last week, but this Friday we'll be doing another movie night. So For anybody that's a $5 tier patron or above, you're eligible for the subscribers only channel to watch the movie with us. Or if you're over and you're a subscriber to my Twitch account, and if you're not a subscriber of my Twitch account, but you do have Amazon Prime, you have one free subscription per month that comes with Amazon Prime. So you can kind of support my channel free of charge to you if you have Amazon Prime. You can support the Twitch channel and get perks to go to movie night over on the Discord. And by the way, all of that information is below these videos. You can just click on, I think it's in this video. If it's not, I'm sure yes, it is. So the Discord is linked there, and you can do it that way. Anyway, so what I do in the chat room is I stream a movie so everybody can see it, get your snacks ready, and then I can commentate over it. I can talk and we can, have a discussion about it. So I will be premiering Seaspiracy on Friday. So we're all going to watch Seaspiracy Friday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the subscribers only Discord movie night chat. So if you need that repeated or anything, you can go watch this video again. You can ask somebody over in the Discord. Somebody will help you, me or somebody else, and I'll probably mention it before the stream's done. But anyway, I'm excited for that. So I saw the preview for Seaspiracy, so I have 2 more days to wait before I watch it. Julie has a doctor's appointment, got to run. All right, Julie, we'll see you next time. Marina, yes, I'm live early, so people over in Europe can watch before it's too late. How is it over there in Russia? Is it warm now? Is it still cold out? Yeah, the 22-day nutrition protein, that's, again, a lot. I know I say it so much. That's my favorite that's what I use every day. The protein powder I use. I think it was on my stories last night on my Instagram. I've been I dug into the strawberry flavor bag that I have. I love them all, really, but my favorite is vanilla, peanut butter, strawberry, and then chocolate, probably in that order. You got Amazon Prime, plant-based powered? Well, if you're not already subscribed to somebody else on Twitch, you can subscribe to me on Twitch, support my channel, and get the perks to go into movie night and stuff like that. So my Twitch channel is, I believe it's listed below. Let me see. Yes, it is. And if you forget, it's just the Vegan Zombie without an E at the end. I wasn't able to put the E at the end. So it's the Vegan Zombie over on Twitch without the E. What else is new? The first movie we watched over there was Shaun of the Dead, which was fun because it's a zombie movie, but it's not scary. So for those of you that don't like the horror movies and stuff, it was still a fun movie. I think we all had fun. There was about 8 or 9 of us in the chat on the first movie night. What else is going on? Shaun of the Dead, yeah. It's one of my favorite zombie movies for sure. Came out in 2004. Yes, movie nights only on the Discord channel. So you can go join the Discord channel for free, but for movie night, you got to be a Twitch subscriber or a $5 patron or above to see it. And I posted it in Discord. I posted the movie night so everybody knows, and I posted it also in Patreon for anybody that's, even if you're not a $5 subscriber, just in case you wanted to, get the notification and up it or anything like that. So. Just get your snacks from Trader Joe's. Rebalancer is semi-AFK, trying to rebalance things. Gotcha. Well, it's definitely getting nice out. It's a little bit cloudy and rainy today, but it's still pretty warm out. Hopefully, hopefully the snow doesn't come back. But I remember last year it snowed in May, which reminded me of the Vanessa Williams song. Sometimes the snow comes down in June, but it was May. I kind of wanted it to come down in June just so I could use that, you know. But what was wrong with my computer? It totally crashed, and then I couldn't start it. The Windows was corrupted, and I no longer had a working Windows, and I purchased a couple Windows reboot discs, repair discs, and nothing worked. So I ended up getting a new C drive. I installed it, repaired Windows, reinstalled, and now I have a new C drive. But I also bought a SATA cable USB adapter so I can take everything off of my old C drive, which I tried, but it just, something was wrong. So, I mean, I still have the information, which I need because there's a lot of important information on there. I kept most of my information on another drive just in case, but, you know, there was certain videos that I had and certain things that I used to edit, like every video on my C drive. So I temporarily lost it all. So right now my desktop is pretty. I had to reinstall this OBS system just so I could stream for you guys right now. Tomorrow's supposed to, well, 75, Stacy. That's, you know, now that's kind of pushing it. That might be a little bit too hot. I like it. 70 degrees is perfect. 68 even better. I like nice hoodie weather. When it starts getting too hot, catatonic glitch. Yeah, it's just, I remember when I was a little kid, it would be summertime and I'd be like, man, I wish it was winter. And then when it was winter, I'd be like, I wish it was summer. I'm like, and then I realized, I'm like, you know what? I say the opposite thing every season. I just want it to be in between. And then I just love fall. I never liked spring though. I mean, everything starts blooming again, but to me, spring was always muddy and wet. Fall was just perfect and spooky. I always loved fall. I used to love winter too, but not so much anymore. And summer was nice, but summer is usually too hot. I didn't really like being too hot because it's hard to cool yourself off, but when it's too cold, it's pretty easy to warm yourself up. I don't know. Who knows? What are we even talking about? You want it to be warm and dry so you can skate. I want to skate too, but we're probably talking about two different skates, right? What kind of skate? Like roller skate? I want to skateboard, which I still could go skateboard now. You saw bits of anime about skating and now you want to skate? Huh. Yeah, I follow a few skateboarders on my Instagram, so I'm always watching it all year long and want to go skate. Oren had an Arctic apocalypse here in Texas. I know, I know. Hope you guys are well. Linda likes air conditioned and feet on the couch with a nice snack or a nice smoothie or something. I'm with you there, Vegan Lee. Autumn is perfect. How did I survive when I lived in Florida? AC and stayed inside, I'm guessing. Yeah, honestly, I skated all the time, and I usually would only go skateboarding at nighttime. I'd go out at night when it was a little bit cooler, but it was still pretty hot. I I just hated it being so hot. Oh, skateboard. Nice. Nice, Marina. So do you have a regular skateboard or a longboard? I think I went ice skating when I was a little kid, when I was about 4 or 5 years old, and I think that's the last time. It was on this little pond in the small little town that I grew up in. It's all greened up. Well, that's good to hear. Everything's warming up. I was just saying last night we had a up here in Syracuse, which is known to have the snowiest winters in the entire country. Um, we really had a pretty mild winter. Watch, I should knock on wood. It's going to start snowing again. It does that. It gets really warm in March, and then all of a sudden it'll start snowing again in April. Yeah, Florida is just, yeah, and it's a different kind of heat. It would go, but then again, most of the year it's nice and cool and cold here. But in the summer, it gets really hot here in the summer and really humid. And, people think, oh no, it doesn't get as, but it does. It gets up to 100, 104 sometimes here in Syracuse. But yeah, in Florida, it's just always, I mean, everybody has air conditioning. And then they don't know what to do when it gets cold. Because the first year I lived there, I remember, I think it was around February, probably of 96, and it got really cold. It could have snowed, but it didn't. It was so cold, and I was like, I'm freezing, and I didn't bring a jacket because I'm like, when I moved there, I didn't think I needed a jacket, so I was just like double hoodie in it. It rains. It rains almost every single day in Florida, but the thing about Florida is it'll rain, and then 5 minutes later it'll be all dried up, and there'll be no remnants that it even rained, and then it usually did that like every day. Rain, gone. You guys that live in Florida know what I'm talking about. Except for, I went to about 10 years ago. I went to Disney, and it rained every day, but it rained every day, all day, every day. It was like there wasn't a single day that it was not raining all day. Like literally, like I just didn't wear my shoes anymore. I bought water shoes to go there. So I always wanted a redo because it literally it rained every. I'm not exaggerating, every day. So if you wanted to do any of the rides, you were going to get wet, no matter if it was a wet ride or a dry ride, unless it was inside. Yep. No one's name is highlighted. The only highlighted names should be a moderator with a little wrench like Marina. Or I think I have a highlighted name, do I? I have a highlighted name. Hi. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm looking forward to tomorrow's clubhouse discussion and also movie night. And in between, I will be doing some new videos. I got a couple. I've got a couple recipe ones, and so one of the recipe ones I had a dream about. And usually, when you wake up from a dream, you're thinking like, oh, this would totally work. But then when you start like, you're not you've been up for a while, and you start thinking about it. You're like, oh, no, it was just a dream. But in this instance, I woke up and I'm like, oh, this is a perfect recipe. And I thought about it. I'm like, it is. Like my dream like came to fruition. So yeah, I'm excited for this recipe because it's going to come out good. Thanks for the dreaming. And then I got a couple taste test videos I want to do. And I really would like to, I mean, my favorite videos to do, we got to go back to normal with this pandemic because I really want to travel again. I really want to do those travel videos and go to different restaurants and stuff like that. But it's been a year. Alpaca llama broke my YouTube. How? You just made the Kung Pao cauliflower from Trader Joe's, eating it now. It's so good. It is good. It's a little bit spicy and it's good, but and you can totally eat the whole thing because it's that good, but I recommend not to because when I did that I just felt like I shouldn't have eaten the whole thing. Is Clubhouse popular in the States? It's quite. I don't know. I'm pretty much brand new to it. I think Trini could tell you more about that. She does more in the Clubhouse scene. I was on it one day, and then I got invited to do this discussion that we're doing. And I think it's a 7 or 8 tomorrow. I gotta confirm that. Let me see. Here it is. Okay, so oh wait a minute, hold on. Oh, she must be on Mountain Time because it's 5 p.m. for her, which means hold on. I think that's 2 hours behind me. Delete. Let me see. So 7 p.m. Okay, so it'll be 7 p.m. tomorrow, Eastern Standard Time. That will be Thursday. And this is for Plant Monsters TV. You can go follow Plant Monsters on Instagram. Hello, Melissa. Thank you for joining us, and nice to have you. Yeah, this is an early live stream compared to normal ones. So, I don't know. Anybody else have any questions? I got some new microphones. You guys want to see them? I got these ones. I got 2 of them. It comes with 2 of them. These little lapel mics, so you can just like put it. If you watch my last video, it's on my apron. Although the sound on that one, because I didn't have a computer to test out to see how it sounded, was a little bit off, but the next one should be nice and clear. I realized that the last video, the sound wasn't perfect. It peaks a little bit too much, but that's why I got these. Yeah, it's lapel, so I can interview you from over here. I could go downstairs. You could still hear me, and I'm excited for them because if I were to go at another expo, whenever that might be, I could easily go and use these for my little recording thing, and it's so handy that I could do an interview and I could have one on me and then one for like my interview microphone, and I could be like, tell us a little bit about your company. There you go. They come with this little wind diffuser. So, yeah. The weather here, Melissa, Merrily is pretty nice for Syracuse. I think it was 60. So yeah, it's hoodie weather right now. It's not bad, but it's kind of cloudy and rainy. So, but yesterday it got up to 70. Day before that, I think around 70, and I think Stacy said it's supposed to be 75 tomorrow. So, I didn't ride my BMX. Both of them, they both have flat tires. So I need to pump. I don't have a pump either. I think, no. Oh no, maybe I do have a pump in my car, like a car pump. I think that might work. A retro computer YouTuber I watched has those mics. They seem great. Chris, that's funny because I have some retro computers. I have my original Commodore 64. My dad has his original Tandy. Was it a Tandy 1000 or Tandy 2000? That's the first computer I ever used. And I remember making a code like I forgot what it was, like run 2, go to 10, 3, repeat, something like that, and it would make your name all over the screen. I'm like, yes, look what I programmed. And this is like back in 1980, so obviously that was pretty impressive back then. $75 and sunny there. Ooh, nice. That's what it's supposed to be like for us here tomorrow. What? That's weird, Matt. I can't quite recall it, but I had a dream that I was telling somebody something about North Carolina. I don't know why, because I don't live there, but you do. Like, what was I thinking? And I knew that I was doing it. I'm like, I'm tripping them up because I'm asking about something in North Carolina, but I'm in New York. They don't know. Like, what the heck was I dreaming? You had a Mac 2. Yes, I did some retro recipes that my mom used to feed us when I was little, and I hated them, but I veganized them. I actually did the recipe with my mom. It came out super good. She loved it. But there's another one that I grew up with, being born in the 70s, growing up in the 80s, 90s, that I really want to do because it's like nostalgic for me. And I haven't done it since I was like literally 5 or 6. So maybe I will, every time I say something, somebody else does it. So I won't tell you, and then maybe I'll do it. How about that? But the one that I already did was a really gross recipe when I was little, and it probably still is, but the vegan version is actually quite good. And it was tuna noodle casserole. Gross. Do I use a humidifier? No. But there is one in the house for the plants. Because if you don't know, there's so many plants in this house. It's literally like probably around 200 plants, somewhere around there. And I know I got to do some plant videos. And I keep telling Rachel to do her own plant videos. So maybe that's going to happen. But like all of the best plants are here. And like you can only see one. You can only see the snake plant here, but there's some really nice ones downstairs and in the other plant room. And I wonder if anybody could guess what that retro recipe would have been. There was another thing that I had that we went over to my parents' friend's house and it was like the grossest thing. And like, I can't believe I used to have to eat, like sit down and eat. I'm like, no, it was so bad. And the name of it was really bad too. And it was called like SOS, if you guys know what that means. Today you have to make guacamole, oatmeal chocolate chip cookies, and maybe tofu scramble. I like all of those, Rose. Can I come over and try them? Rachel will do more videos. I've like pretty much, I'm trying my hardest to convince her. And she almost said yes to doing a video last night. But yeah. So hopefully that I said, you know what? I'm just going to grab my camera and film you either unboxing plants or caring for your plants. I'm just going to ask questions. And then I'm going to post it. Because that's like a big thing on YouTube. People with their plants and everything. She's been doing this for a few years now. Ambrosia salad. You started collecting monsteras and you ended up getting some pretty rare ones. Not sure the names. Yeah, there's a really rare monstera that she wants. It's like $500 though. I think so. She's got a couple really rare ones. I forget what the other one is, but the one of them is a variegated syngonium, and the other one I think is also something like that. But the reason why it's so rare is it only does a certain color in the plant after like 100 years. So she has that. A meat jello, like blood pudding. Oh my god, that doesn't sound meat jello. Do I listen to music often? Yeah. You know what? I used to listen to music a little bit more before, but now it's like I almost feel like I'm always either making a video or watching a video that I don't really listen to music as much. But like if I'm driving, I'll listen to music. I haven't really updated my music in a while. Like I still have my old iPods. Um, I don't know. Like I mean, there's lots of things that I like. There's not any one genre that I like. My all-time favorite band is The Cure. I like bands like Coheed and Cambria. I don't know. Taking Back Sunday. I like all kinds of different music. I mean everything from that to like Willie Nelson or Johnny Cash. Yeah, it's just pretty much all over the place. You made SOS with that impossible. I would say that it would probably be a lot better now if I made it vegan, but whatever I had when I was little was nasty. But you know what it is, Linda. You kill some houseplants. Oh, what? It's made of mostly bones. You boil and then they liquid. Whoa, that's not. Well, that's basically how gelatin is made. Rose, yeah, well, Indy likes to rub up against what is it? Is it? It's the. I'm trying to think. It's a big plant downstairs. It's either a monstera or a fern, and he likes to rub up against it like he's like I don't know like a dinosaur in Jurassic Park. Other than that, no, they don't really get into any of the plants here. But yeah, Rachel could like tell you everything about every plant. That's why I'm like, you need to do more videos. But I did do one video on this channel with them. I think I need to do because back then there was a ton of them, and now there's like twice as many. But she gives a lot of them away too. Like there's just too many. She give my friend comes over, takes a bunch of plants, she takes them home. But yeah, I don't know if there's any of them that are actually dangerous for the dogs if they did try to eat them, which they don't. I got one sleeping right next to me. The other one's probably sleeping on the bed. I've never seen. I've only heard Brave Robot ice cream through you guys on live streams. I haven't seen it anywhere. I feel like this is too. The sun's coming down. It's too bright, maybe. There. Is that better? It's Craig's lens, so it's a prime. Oh, your bunny gets in everything? Yeah, I guess if you have a bunch of animals at the house that like to get into things, that might not be a good idea to get a bunch of plants. Buckethead, I'm not sure. I don't know what Buckethead is. Is that a band? So the Brave Robot is really good. Now, is that the one that they've used? They've what? genetically modified a dairy cell or something to be, so it's not coming from animals? Or is this something completely different? Yeah, you're right. Gelatin is in a lot of stuff caustic. Some of the things you wouldn't even like think about. I was on a vegan cruise, and the people that were hosting it, when we went to like the lounge area, they put out snacks for everybody, and they put out these peanuts, and I looked at them immediately. I was like, Curtis, what kind of peanuts are those? And he's like, oh, they're Planters. I'm like, hold off on the peanuts, everybody. Can you go grab them? Because a lot of Planters peanuts have gelatin in them for whatever reason. Like, you have a vegan food, peanut, and then you make it non-vegan. Like, what? Why? But anyway, yeah, there was gelatin in all of them, and some of the people already ate them. So, yeah, that's just something that most people wouldn't even think about. Like, oh, peanuts. I wouldn't even think. Vegan Gains, what's up, Richard? I didn't get the PS5, but I recently, well, not recently, but like a few months ago, maybe 5 months ago, I bought a brand new PS4. So yeah, that's all I have. PS4. I only have a few games on it too. I mainly play games on the PC. But I did look into the PS5 to see if it was worth getting a PS4, and a lot of the reviews said yes, it's still worth getting a PS4. So I just said, all right, I'll just grab the PS4. I think I was just being impatient and I wanted something, and the PS5 wasn't out yet. So I just went ahead and bought the PS4. And I've only really streamed a couple zombie games and Spider-Man. There's no animals involved in Brave Robot. They use a dairy gene sequence to turn plant material into... So they manipulate a plant cell to become much like a dairy cell. Okay. Gotcha. Everybody's in the stream is really talking about ice cream right now. Uh, yeah, Jupiter vegan. There's gelatin in certain Planters peanuts, but no, not all peanut. That's not what I'm saying. Not all peanuts have gelatin in them. But yeah, Planters peanuts is a brand, and some of them are glazed with gelatin, which is ridiculous. But yes, it's true. Yeah, that's another thing. If something says no dairy, that doesn't mean that it's because it could still have eggs in it and it could still have gelatin in it. So yeah, and also when something says plant based, most of the time it's vegan, but don't take the word of something being plant based to assume that it's vegan. So you still want to look at that. And I really hate it when they use that term, because it's not telling me if something's vegan or not. It's just saying plant based. Okay, well, it could be mostly based on plants, or the base of it is plants, and then there's a few other things added. So like when somebody answers that question, like it's not a good enough answer for me. I need to know, like, is there anything, is it vegan friendly? Can I eat it as a vegan? I think it's kind of a cop out. Um, Richard wants to know what PC games I'm playing. I'm not playing any shooter games right now. I've been playing like EverQuest, which is a multi-online game, fantasy kind of Dungeons and Dragons kind of like game. That's what I mainly play, but I've also been playing like chess, a lot of chess. So I did a chess stream, but I play a lot of chess outside of the stream. And what else have I played? I've played Star Citizen, which is another, kind of like a virtual real world space. Really, really, really good graphics. I don't know if you've heard of it or seen it. It's just getting better. So I play that sometimes, and I've played World of Warcraft and any other games. I think there's a couple other ones I played, but that's pretty much it. Those are my main ones right now. But I haven't played Doom since like the 90s. But so Doom Eternal now is what? Is that the best one? Is that the newest one? Yeah, Deneen, there's that's the other thing you got to look out for is milk powder or milk or whey or casein. Cuz there's even like cheese that says dairy-free cheese. And then you grab it and you look at the ingredients and it's got casein in it, which isn't vegan. It's like lactose free. Dairy unflavored potato chips. Like a big one of that is like the salt and vinegar. A lot of salt and vinegar have non-vegan lactic acid in it. At least they did back in the... No, I never played Diablo. I played World of Warcraft. EverQuest is a game that I started playing 20 years ago, and then it kind of died out, and then people brought it back the way it was. And there's a big community playing right now, and I've been back in that for about a year now, little about a year and a half. And so yeah, it's something pretty nostalgic, and it's, in my opinion, it's the best game I ever played. So there's a pretty cool community with it, and yeah, I play with a few different people, and it's like it's never ending. You can do anything in it, so there's not like a certain end goal, but there's so many different things you can do in it. And but I do think my PlayStation's right here next to me, and I'm always thinking like, well, geez, I bought this PlayStation, I barely ever use it, so I do wanna try some new games and stuff, and try it out, and I think that would be interesting for streaming at least. But I'm starting to get more of a following for EverQuest. You remember playing Battle Chest in '88? Oh yeah, produce honey in things is another thing, and I've seen them do it to like things like tofu. It's like tofu is an otherwise vegan food. It's almost always vegan when you buy prepared tofu somewhere, but then they'll go ahead and they'll put honey in it, and it's like, why would you take one of the only things we can eat here and put honey in it? Why don't I turn my logo into an NFT? I'm not sure what that is. Super vegan what? NFT. I'll have to look into that. I'm not sure what you're saying there. Marina, have a good night. Over in over and out from over in Moscow. Evercrack, yeah, that's the nickname that EverQuest got. Yeah, yeah. You would be surprised at some of the products that they put animal products in. All kinds of things. Glue. Yeah, if you do watch me stream EverQuest, I recommend watching Evercracked. It's a documentary on YouTube. It's about 48 minutes. It's pretty interesting. Clothing that you buy, and then they have this one tiny piece of leather on it. Yeah, yeah. You have all like synthetic shoes with like a little logo that's leather, or a pair of pants with a little leather logo, and yeah, it's sometimes it's hard to shop for certain things. Or shoes, and the glue in the shoes is not vegan. I just go with like companies that I know are vegan. Otherwise, Because then you got to really look into like these accidentally vegan ones to make sure everything is vegan. Oh yeah, you bought the mini vegan Cadbury eggs. Those I actually really like those. It's a weird. The chocolate is like a little bit of a weird taste, and sometimes if I have got bad ones where like the cream in the inside was all dried up, but if you get a good one where it's not like that, they're really good. I really like them. Oh, you already ate three of them? Yeah, glue and poo. Yeah, they also make the Easter bunny and then the no nose M and M's. And they're all vegan and kosher. When I lived in New York City, there was a convenience store not too far from me. I think it was either on Columbus or Broadway, up near the high 70s of the West Side, and they had vegan M&Ms, and this is back 20 years ago, and they just were accidentally vegan. They were kosher. It was a kosher store, and they had these, and I used to go over there and just they had like minty ones and then regular ones, and I would just go load up on them over there. I don't know the name of the shop though, but that was accidentally vegan. Oh yeah, I saw the previews for that. The vegan Kit Kat alpaca. I want to try that out too. The why can't I remember the name of the let me look this up real quick. It's not coming up. Oh yeah, it's called No Way Chocolate. Yeah. Yeah, I worked with them a few years ago. I did a little promo for them. They're called No Way Chocolate. I actually met them before at the expo. And they have different vegan chocolates and vegan Cadbury eggs and stuff like that. No Way, WHEY chocolate. There we go. Stacy did it. So some faux fur isn't vegan. It depends where you're buying it from, but there's a lot of it that is faux fur. Just make sure it's vegan friendly. Oh yeah, there was Matt. I say everything back textbook, but yeah, I met the guys for the bamboo paper towels called Bambooey at Expo, and I think it was the first video I ever uploaded to this channel right here, and it was like basically the guy talking about it. It was almost like a commercial, and they used that in some of their stuff, but then they ended up going on Shark Tank, and then they became huge. Bambooey paper towels. They're almost like the ShamWow. How old do you think I am? I could take a guess. Contact Hercules Candy. Maybe they could make them. Oh, that would be nice if I'll ask Craig if they could make. Are we talking about Cadbury eggs? Because I think that would be. I would be in there buying stuff. Your age. There's that faux fur has mixed fur. I haven't heard that, but I have heard that some of the faux fur come in from other countries and stuff. are not vegan, which you got to find out where it's coming from, and it's just like a pain trying to figure out like the chain of custody and whatever, trying to figure out what's in what. Do I have ShamWow? Yeah, I have a couple ShamWow. I think I got them for Christmas. Remember Vince from the ShamWow commercial? They practically sell themselves. I think all these companies should start making vegan. Like Cadbury should just make their Cadbury eggs vegan. I'll admit, before I was a vegan, before I was even a vegetarian, those were one of my favorite, Easter treats. And my grandma would always buy a ton of them, and I would like go over there and just get sick just eating so many. I have not tried Kara's vegan cookie bark, but now I should probably try that, right? I should probably do a review on it, huh? Yeah, we have Cadbury chocolate here in America. Even in the United States. Yeah, Vince had some issues there. Hey, Richard, how's the weather up there? Are you able to ride your motorcycle around right now? I think Cadbury did come out with a vegan chocolate. I never saw it though. I really liked it when I was before I was a vegan though. There's a lot since I've been vegan for so long. There's a lot of things that I never even tried. Like I've never had a Ben and Jerry's ice cream that wasn't vegan, just because I had never had Ben and Jerry's before I went vegan. We're just talking about. I've never had a non-vegan omelet before. I've never had one. Um, what else did I never have? There's a lot of things I never had. So some of the things I just had to like, oh, I'm gonna improvise and make a vegan version of this, even though I never tried it. I have some Brazilian nuts in the cupboard downstairs. Do I have any? I agree with what you're saying there for some of the great directors and stuff, but do I have any favorite up and coming filmmakers? Um, Honestly, I mean, I would love to see Ryan Connolly of Film Riot, make his debut into Hollywood and start making some feature films. I've been following Ryan since I started my channel. We actually both started our channel around the same time, and he gave me a lot of inspiration to make videos. He does the YouTube channel Film Riot, and yeah, I loved watching his stuff, and he's breaking out to do more like shorts and stuff like that. But he's really talented there. My all-time favorite director is still going to be George Romero, um, but he's not with us anymore. But yeah, my favorite movie of all time comes from Steven Spielberg, and yeah, there's some of the greats. I agree with you there. Jersey Vegan says Cadbury eggs. After one, you're sneaking another. And tell everybody, I didn't just eat one. I'm eating one now. Yeah. How did George Romero die? Um, well, he just a lot of people didn't know it, but I think he had lung cancer. Yeah, he was a chain smoker for sure, and he was on my bucket list. I wanted to meet him so badly. So when I found out the news, I was really bummed out. Normally, like if a celebrity gets dies, I'm just like, oh yeah. But I was super bummed out when George Romero died. Produce says random question, but how do you think you'll die? Have you ever thought about it? I used to have a reoccurring thought or dream that I died in a car crash on this one road near my parents' house. So I always tried not to go down that road, but who knows? But I'll tell you, no, I can't tell you this. I'm afraid to say what I wanted to just say. Yeah, Tarantino has some really good movies. Well, how long have we been streaming? It's not recording. Almost an hour. You dreamt that you died from a broken roller coaster. You just finished Sopranos. How did the ending impact you without spoilers for the end? I remember when that came out, and I didn't see it when it came out. I ended up watching the whole Sopranos about 4 years ago, even though I seen sporadically before that. But I remember when it came out, a lot of people were mad at the end. And when I saw the end, I thought it was perfect. I think it was one of the best endings for any series that I've ever seen. It was perfect. I love the ending of The Sopranos. And they did homage to The Godfather. I think it was perfect. I can understand why people might be upset, like seeing the end and like not really knowing everything. But I think it was perfect. Did it scare me? No, it didn't scare me to keep dreaming that. And I've seen horrible accidents on that road too, like head-on collision with like a truck and a car, and we drove by it when, looking at the aftermath, and there was a death. So yeah, but for some reason that was the road, and I've had this like I knew it like since, before, since I was a teenager. So I'd always like, I don't often go on that road. And it's a straightaway road. Like there's not any curves. It's straight the whole way. And, I often go down it to bring my car to my mechanic, but I don't go on the part that the dream happened. I don't go on that part, even though, sometimes I do. Because and it's funny because I thought it was about to happen. I shouldn't smile, but a few years ago, maybe 2 years ago, I was driving on a different road at night, late at night, and I was going, I don't know, I was probably going towards my parents because that was the direction I was going. And I'm driving, and on the side of me there's a ditch and a bunch of trees, and on the other side is the same thing. And I'm driving, and there's this like SUV coming at me, and then they veer right into my lane, headlights right into my lane. And in my head, like, this is like an impossible decision because it's coming right at me. Immediately my adrenaline just released into my bloodstream, and I was like, if I don't do something, I'm going to die, because they're coming straight at me, like not even a little bit in my lane, right in my lane. It was a drunk driver, right in my lane. And do I go over into their lane, hoping that they don't compensate and go back into their lane and then crash and then die and then it looked like it was my fault? Or do I go off the road and hit a tree to avoid hitting a head-on collision? And let me tell you, like, I was at that point where I was like, I have to hit a tree. I have to go straight into a tree. And I'm already, we're already going 45, 50. So even if I put on the brakes, I would have got hit. Like that was almost like everything that was it, So right before I'm about to veer off into the ditch, hoping that I didn't die, they finally go back in their lane. And I'm like, what the heck? And then later that night, I saw what kind of car it was as they went by. Later that night, it was in the newspaper or the article the next day. They drove same car. I mean, I can't prove it was the same person, but what looked like the same car drove right through somebody's house. So they were really intoxicated, and that was pretty scary because like all these things go through your head. I didn't want to die. I accepted it, but I almost drove into a tree. And then they would have kept going, and it would have looked like I just freaking... That kind of made me mad. You tried to watch Sopranos, but it was too violent. Sopranos is a mafia. It's definitely violent. I loved it personally. If you guys love The Sopranos, then they pretty much redid The Sopranos as biker gangs, and they called it Sons of Anarchy. So I enjoyed both of those. They're both violent though. Watch my video for the vitamin D. So vitamin D, you got to find out if it's just vitamin D. You got to find out if it's vegan or not through the company. Now, I already did the homework for you for a lot of different cereals. I forget which ones. I think General Mills and Post. I forget. But I have a whole video on it. And I believe that the vitamin D2 is vegetable derived, and vitamin D3 is the non-vegan one, unless otherwise stated synthetic. So, yeah. There is vegan vitamin D3, but I think all the ones they use in cereal are not vegan. So that puts a damper on a lot of the cereal that we eat. But I did realize, one of you guys brought it to my attention, out of all those, one of the only cereals in that realm of cereals that defies this whole non-vegan thing, I believe, I think is the Oreo cereal. The Oreo O's or whatever. I don't think there's vitamin D in it. Produce wants to know, do I ever watch Forensics, True Crime? I love those shows. Yes, I do. And, I would recommend there was a new Cold Case Files, like 5 or 10 episodes that came out late last year, only like a few months ago. And those were really good because these are cold case files that are like 20, 30, 40 years old and they finally solved them. So it's always good. Like, I hate watching... Like, I love unsolved mysteries, but I hate the fact that we never find out what happened. Or, like, if you have any information, it's like, I need to know. Is anybody else like that? Vegan protein shake from Trader Joe's? I don't believe so. I'm not sure what you're talking about there. You hear the pop pause? Yeah, yep. That is INDY. It's been said if you dream something 3 times, it comes true. I had a few recurring nightmares when I was a kid. And then that one. So, yeah. Yeah, Unsolved Mysteries would have updates, but that doesn't mean they always found out what happened. Did anybody see the one that I uploaded to this channel? There was an Unsolved Mysteries. It was technically it was a different show that did it, but it was just like Unsolved Mysteries, and it was in the early 90s, and my dad played the part of the killer for the TV reenactment, and it happened right here in Syracuse. And to this day, they still haven't found the killers or the killer. And I uploaded the original TV show with my dad in it, and our family van is in it and everything. Yeah, I've always been like interested in like crimes and like crime scene stuff. I actually went to school for criminal. I got a bachelor's of science in criminal justice. I took forensic science and all of those courses. I took a lot of science courses. Like I was one course shy of having a minor in science, um, biology, and yeah, I loved science, still do, but I hated math. So I didn't. I don't think I took the other chemistry classes I needed to take. I'm like, So yeah, I had a forensic or a sketch artist come over and draw a sketch from my recollection when I was a kid, and that really impacted me. And then I ended up going to school for that. So I would love to do videos like that, like talk about like true crime and stuff, because then am I actually using my degree, my qualifications? I don't know, probably not. Yeah, the frosted mini weights. As far as I knew, they weren't vegan because there's no gelatin. They must have changed it because back when I was a newbie vegan, the frosted mini wheats, which seemed to be vegan, there was gelatin in the frosted part of it. They fortify these cereals so people have like so people aren't, so people have their vitamin D and stuff. They don't like tell you the lies about the dairy industry, so they just put it in your cereals and stuff. Um, but they probably don't take it out right now because the majority of people aren't vegan. But if enough of, I forget which one it was. Was it was Post or Kellogg? It was one of the cereal brands, and they said that they were going to, and this was right after I made my video, so I was wondering if like if it got to them. I don't know, but they were talking about like potentially putting vegan vitamin D in it instead of the non-vegan, so it would be more suitable for everybody. I don't understand that. Like, just make something so everybody. You're missing out on a whole, demographic here of vegans, and it would be much better for the animals. Oh yeah, caustic. Look for vegan vitamins. I use there's a couple different brands that I like. There's vegan essentials. That's the name of them, not the actual online vegan company. But there's like a gel pack that are all vegan. There's Holly, HOLI. Those are a good vegan vitamin. And then there's Herbaland gummies. If you like the tasty ones to make you like come back every day for your vitamins, uh, try out those. It's a Canadian company. Really, really good gummies. They have vitamin D and B12, omegas. They have everything. But you can buy like the B12D all in one pill. Well, one gummy. Oh, Flatlander. I used to have a spray too that you sprayed under your tongue. I still might have it in the cupboard downstairs. Garden of Life vitamin. I have I think multivitamin in the Garden of Life too. I get a bunch of them when I go to Expo, but my favorites are the Herbaland and the the vegan essentials. No, I never rode vert on my BMX. I used to BMX when I was a kid, and then I decided to, in about 1989 or so, I decided to give that up and start skateboarding, and I became a skater. I was much better at skateboarding than I was at BMX. Um, and Dave Mira went to school with me, so he was in my town, and I would often see him biking, and I hung out with him a few times too. If you don't know who Dave Mira is, he was the most decorated X Game gold medalist BMXer. He did a lot of the first like backflip, double backflip, like all kinds of things. And he went to school with me. Chittenango, New York. And then I decided to buy a BMX a few years ago. I bought a couple of them for really cheap online, like really cheap. I got them for. So I bought used ones, and I bought a couple of them because I wanted my friends to go ride with me. You know, like I'll even provide the bike. You know, so yeah, but I haven't really done anything. I did go to the skate park that Dave Mira actually donated to build in Chittenango. But I didn't do any vert with it. I'm not very good at BMX, to be honest. I like riding and trying things. I was trying forever to just do a nice manual, which is so easy on a skateboard, but a little bit different story on a bike. It looks so easy, but it's not. Yeah, I just have fun when I did it. And no matter what, I would always pop my back tire. I'm like, what am I doing wrong? I rode my bike with my buddy in my neighborhood, and we went pretty far to like a school. It was like in the summer, so it was closed. And I went to bunny hop onto just up a curb, and the back tire hit the curb so hard it popped my tire, and I had to walk my bike back about a mile and a half. And then I was riding at nighttime down in the town I grew up in at night, and I was with Rachel, and same thing, popped the back tire, had to walk home. And that night when I was walking home, walking down the road, there's a skunk coming at us. I'm like, oh no, get on the other side of the road. We just passed the skunk. That's part of my story, so I had to say it. Manuals on BMXs are hard because it's all that balance. If you do it too much, it's like you just fall backwards, or you don't keep it going. I've got some videos of me riding my BMX when I was like 12, which I will eventually make some videos for you guys to see with some of my old. Are there any live vegan expos? I don't know for sure, AJ, but I really hope that Expo East opens up. And if it does, it's probably going to be in Philadelphia. Have I ever run over wildlife because it was unavoidable? Yes. One of them I wouldn't say. It's only happened like twice, and one of them I wouldn't say that I really ran in. It was a bird. They ran into me. So that was 26 years ago, and the other one was about 20 years ago. And yeah, it's sad. But sad but true. But well, you guys probably already know from the stories I told when I was young, when I was riding my bike, I saw I think it was a woodchuck or something, or a beaver, I don't know, but it got hit by a car and it was still alive, and I picked it up, I put it on the handlebars of my bike, and I rode home, and I'm like, Mom, we gotta go to the vet, and we drove him to the vet, and then the vet took him. I used to try to save all the animals in my neighborhood, that if there was any saving that needed to be done. I loved animals. You hit a dog once? That's sad. I saw a dog get hit once. I was at my friend's house, and it was nighttime, and the dog went on the road, and I won't say what happened, but anyway, the guy, the owner was, I don't know, maybe in his 20s or something. He ran out there and he picked his dog up, and he was yelling and crying, and he put his dog over his arms, and it was sad. Yeah, now that I think about it, I'm surprised my mom took us to the vet too, because she probably like, Christopher, what are you doing? I think she probably did do that. I'm like, Mom, we don't have any time. Let's go. And we went. And who knows what the vet did? I was happy. I was a little kid. I thought the vet saved it. You're surprised I didn't become a vet? You know what surprises me is a lot of vets aren't vegan. Why are you helping some animals and eating other animals? But I did have a vet that I would bring Indy to that was a vegan, and I liked that. I liked that. It's like she knows. There's a lot of deer. A lot of deer get hit around here. I almost everybody I know have hit deer. In fact, my aunt would always be like, I gotta leave early so I don't hit any deer on the way home. Like, and I've never hit it. Knocking on wood, I've never hit a deer, but I see them all the time. I see them crossing the road. I've got a good eye for them. Like, I see them. I see those little guys. Yeah, I don't think Indy's vet works there anymore, though. Well, um, I don't know. I guess I'll plug the movie night again. So if you missed it at the beginning of the stream, well, first of all, tomorrow I'm going to be on Clubhouse. So if anybody is on Clubhouse, I'll be on Clubhouse tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll be having a discussion. More details are on my Instagram story, the Vegan Zombie, and then on Friday I'm going to be doing another movie night. I'm going to stream Seaspiracy. So again, if you are a subscriber to my Twitch or a $5 or above on my Patreon, you'll be able to have a subscriber only chat room, and we'll be able to go in and watch Seaspiracy. I'll be doing commentary over it, and we'll talk about it. We'll have a good time. So also, it's worth mentioning, if you have Amazon Prime and you're not already subscribed to somebody on Twitch, you get one free subscription per month, so you can go over and support my channel free of charge for you, and you still get into the subscriber only channel and movie nights. So all the information is below this video or any of my other videos. It's got the link for my Twitch, it's got the link for my Discord, and how you do it. Let's see. Do I feed my dogs twice a day? I usually feed my dogs 3 times a day. Yeah. It's usually every 5 or 6 hours or so. Snacks in between. No, I don't believe there was a Seaspiracy. There was a Cowspiracy. So it was Cowspiracy, What the Health, and now it's Seaspiracy. Yeah. The movie night's going to be Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, Blackfish. Yeah, about the killer whale. Killer whales. Do my dogs get a lot of activity? I will admit that over the winter they didn't get as much, but last night took them for a nice walk, about a mile and a half total walk. But I go down to, there's like this, it's like a really mini strip mall kind of thing. It's basically post office, drugstore, that kind of thing, couple restaurants. And in the back of that is like a fenced in area with just like a bunch of like grass. And go down there, let them off the leash. They run around like crazy. I was calling Zeke little Seabiscuit last night. He's running around like a horse, and yeah, and then they're pooped out. But any dog like a German Shepherd, you got to do that for. Indy, on the other hand, he's pretty old, so I think he feels a little sore if he goes for too long of a walk, and so I got to take it easier on Indy because he's a lot older. Good vegan donut recipes. Does anybody have a good vegan donut recipe? I have made donuts. I made donuts on St. Pat's Day, maybe 5 or 6 years ago. They came out really good, but I never made a video for it. I used to work at Dunkin' Donuts before I was vegan. And yeah, I worked at a lot of different places. And that's how I, got the idea to veganize a lot of things later on. But yeah, I saw the whole process of donuts being made. If you're lucky enough and you live out in the LA area, you probably already know Donut Friend. But if you don't, those are the best donuts I've ever had. Donut Friend donuts, all vegan. I don't give any supplements. Everything he needs is in his V Dog, and I give him sweet potatoes. I give him treats. There's like banana, peanut butter treats, V Dog treats, blueberry, different chews. What else do I give him? Carrots. He loves carrots. So yeah, he gets all the stuff he needs. And he was just at the vet a couple months ago. He's looking good. Nothing wrong with him. Mel, yeah, you're right. I probably should. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll make some donuts. Donut holes. I used to eat so many donut holes when I was not vegan. Uh, Actually, I was more like a floater. I worked at a throughway travel location. What are they called? Travel plaza. And so I was like a floater. I would work at Dunkin' Donuts. I would work over at Sbarro's. I would do other things. And yeah, that was like one of my first jobs. I think I got in 1992. And yeah, it was fun. I learned how to make a lot of different foods. And some of my best foods that I make now was inspired by some of those. They also had a TCBY there. I don't know what's there now. I haven't been in many, many, many years. But it was just off of the road that I'd always have that dream on that happened on. If you're just joining us, you have no idea what I'm talking about. You'll have to rewind it. It's time to make the vegan donuts. I remember that commercial. Make some donuts and Cadbury eggs. I have a friend that made Cadbury eggs, and I know that if you took the time to scroll all the way back to my first pictures ever posted on my Vegan Zombie Instagram all those years ago, the first picture is Indy, of course, but the second picture is a vegan Cadbury egg, cream egg. And my friend who had the business called Sugar Mama made those here in Syracuse. Did he more? I don't know what that is. You guys are making me hungry though, that's for sure. All this bakery stuff. Yeah, Baby Cakes had they have donuts and stuff at Disney too. I think they had to change the name though. Hey Laura, how's it going? Glad you could join us. We're always talking about food and my stomach is rumbling now. But you guys are giving me ideas for new recipe videos for sure. Well, is there any more questions? Because I think I'm all talked out. The Walking Dead. I have not finished the last season of The Walking Dead, so I don't really know what the predicament is there. I kind of lost interest in it after what they've done. The vegan croissant bread. No, I haven't. What's my favorite what? I can just hum. Hum along, regret it. If you know that song, I'll be impressed. And don't Google it. I just told everybody about movie night, like literally 3 minutes ago. No spoilers, Trini. Welp. Yep, not going to say it. Well. You're going to make a sandwich for dinner? What kind of sandwich? I was going to stream Walking Dead Season 1 on movie night, but I don't know. Did you know that, or did you Google that? Because you're right, yes, it's the Sheila Divine. If you knew that, I'm impressed. Vegan veal. I'm not caught up on The Walking Dead. I still need to see the last season and maybe a season and a half. I don't know how many seasons there are now. I kind of sort of remember where I left off, but actually I could just probably bring it up to see where I bring up my Netflix. But yes, we will be watching. Wait, is this? You guys can probably hear that, right? Desktop audio. We're going to be watching Seaspiracy on Friday in the Discord. Search. Okay, The Walking Dead. The Christopher Walken Dead. Okay. The Walking Dead. Let's see where we are in The Walking Dead. There's 9 seasons. Okay, where am I? I'm on... Why can't it just show me where I am? Okay, I'm on season... Oh, I am. I'm on season 9, episode 14. I only have 3 episodes to watch. I couldn't even get through 3 episodes. But that's where I am. That's where I last left off. And it's been a while. The corned beef like I had, you could make the Reuben. Super good. I don't know if I should stream The Walking Dead. You know, because there is that one part with Merle, and I don't know if I want to stream that. What is my perfect banana? Banana in a smoothie, a frozen banana in a smoothie, or in ice cream. No, there was no desktop audio, which means I got to figure stuff out. I'm glad I didn't want any desktop audio, but at the same time, I'm like, oh, I got to reconfigure that. I did watch The Haunting of Hill House, and I really liked it. Yeah, Caustic, it's good. I liked it. Plantains are good. But I think the biggest mistake is people think they're going to taste like a banana because they look like a banana, but they're not. I could stream X. There's so many X-Files. I'd have to find out what season my favorite ones were. I think it was season 4. It was like the conspiracy ones, like the where it was like black and white version of like Cancer Man, Cigarette Smoking Man, with the assassinations and stuff of like JFK and all that stuff. Those were some of my favorite ones. Flatliners was good. I didn't see the wait, I didn't see the remake. Did they have a remake? Do I like any other plant milks besides oat and soy? Yeah, I do. I like the quinoa. I like rice milk. Rice milk was my first vegan milk that I ever had, and I've always liked Rice Dream vanilla. I like some almond milk, cashew milk. Yeah, there's a lot of most of them I like. I mean, most of them have at least one flavor that I like. I usually go for like the flavor like vanilla flavored. I don't really like the plain stuff except for oat milk. Oat milk's really good. Oat milk is my favorite now. But yeah, probably oat milk, rice milk. Yeah, it's just mainly like the original plain versions is the ones I don't like. What was the movie they kept the guy alive and they were cutting pieces off him? I, I don't I don't know. I mean, they did that with a dead person in real life in the movie Alive. Yeah, AJ, same here. I watched X-Files back. It was like my nightly routine to watch X-Files when I was going to bed, and then when they and I recorded them all too on VHS tapes. I've got like shoe boxes of like every X-Files that I recorded. And then produce. Did I ever like cow's milk? To be honest, no. I never really liked cow's milk unless it was like a certain chocolate milk. I just didn't like it. And it really solidified there when I was at my grandma's house and I went to have a drink of milk and I tried it and it was so sour. I was like, oh, and like that really turned me off. And I was like 10 or 11 from ever really wanting milk again like that. I mean, it was different if it was like cooked in something, like it was in cake or cookies or whatever. But just drinking milk, no, I didn't like it. I would eat it on cereal, and then when the cereal was gone, you know, some of my friends would drink the milk or something like, don't waste it. I'm like, oh, I don't want it. Yeah, I was gonna say that I didn't really care for the banana milk, and I didn't really like the peanut milk or the walnut milk. I think it's great that that company has them all, but I didn't really like them. I don't like coconut milk. Sean, no, but my dog, yes, has done that many times. Tofuti ice cream sandwiches, those were like, now that's one thing I made myself sick on. That usually if I got sick on a food, I would never want that food again. That I still like them. Tofuti cuties. I remember it was after a long day of skateboarding. It was nighttime. I went to Wegmans. I went in and I bought a box of Tofuti cuties. I came back out to my car and I ate one, two, three, four. I'm like, I just ate four of them, which was the equivalent of maybe two like regular size ones. And I'm like, well, they're gonna melt. I might as well eat them all. And I ate them all. And then I was like, I feel sick. And but I still eat them. I mean, if I haven't had them in a while, but they're still good, and I still will eat them. The one thing I did that with that I don't really care for anymore is another time I was skateboarding. I was super thirsty. It was that time of year where they had vegan eggnog, so I bought some vegan eggnog, and instead of like gulping a bunch of water because I was so thirsty, I drank a ton of eggnog, and I was like, oh my god, I never want to drink this stuff again. So you got the old VHS tapes of Stargate. Well, speaking of Stargate, one of my favorite shows to watch when I was younger was MacGyver. The almond breeze banana milk. I'm not sure. I don't remember if I did or not. I've tried so many different milks. But I know what I like, so I just kind of stick with that. I'll try some new ones here and there. But right now my refrigerator is filled with three different oat milks. One of them because it was in the vegan cuts box, which I still haven't tried that one. The other one is Oatly because if Wegmans is out of their brand of oat milk, which does compare to Oatly, I like it actually a little bit better, I think. They're both super good though. It's like hard to distinguish. But the Wegmans one is a little bit cheaper, so I always buy the Wegmans one now. But when they're out, I'll grab Oatly, no problem. Wait, the TikTok clip of what? Oh, of some dude tried to rip on veganism, saying vegan is colonization. Yeah, I don't think anybody has an argument to argue with veganism. There really isn't an argument that's a good argument for vegan. It just anybody that tries to argue against veganism is just making themselves look bad. Veganism is just a purely altruistic. It's a good thing, and I mean that doesn't go to say that there are bad people trying to promote veganism very poorly, but veganism, you just look bad if you're ripping on veganism. I don't care what anyone says. How can you rip on something that's good? Yeah, MacGyver. MacGyver was awesome. I remember when he plugged up that nuclear reactor with a bunch of chocolate bars. I'm like, he should take a bite of one. Those look so good. MacGyver was my, yeah, MacGruber. MacGruber is Craig's favorite movie. And I don't know if I've ever seen it or the whole thing. National Puppy Day? I'll have to do some puppy pics. Thanks for letting me know. Did I see Ryan from Happy Healthy Vegans debate with the non-vegan? I didn't. I guess I missed that one. What? Bubblegum duct tape. You know what else also kind of reminded me of Stargate that I like to watch was Quantum Leap, which doesn't really have anything to do with it except for like the sci-fi part of it. Was pretty cool. And the time travel. Yeah, I'll have to check out that TikTok. I've got a TikTok plan that I wanted to do, but it didn't have anything to do with that. I do TikTok, I do, but maybe I'll respond to one of those. Yeah, it's just like when you've been vegan for this long and people try to just different arguments, it's cringeworthy. It's like, come on, do your homework before. I mean, what are you arguing? There's really no argument. The only argument you have against veganism is that is your choice. You personally don't want to be vegan, and that's your opinion. There's no other argument. Russian plant, 52 today. Happy birthday. 43 months, vegan, congrats. Just had tofu chocolate cake from Aldi with some raspberry. That sounds really good. Well, enjoy your birthday. March 24. Yeah. You preferred sliders? I mean, that's all you can really do. If you're vegan, you want to eat some good food, right? You just got to either look up recipes or experiment. I think that's how most people do it anyway. Most people, because at some point you got to make something, and oftentimes I'll just throw things together, and I'm like, this isn't really like based on anything. I just threw some good food together, and I don't even know what to call it, but maybe I'll do more. Maybe I'll do some videos about that. Just like, hey, there's really no name for this. It's called, I don't know. But those seem to be like some of the best meals. Yeah, I got to go back to Aldi. My last store video was an Aldi one, but I haven't been there in a while. I feel like it's getting a little bit dark again. Is it? Dark, gonna lighten it up. There we go. Yeah, it's getting gloomy out there. Did I just make it? Are we not focused? Okay, here we go. Here we go. What? I don't even know. What am I saying? Starting Merry Mini tomorrow. I'm not sure what that is. I never really watched, I don't think, a full episode of Stargate. I know the premise of it. It sounds cool. I think maybe I saw the movie. There was a movie and then the series, right? Yeah, the thing about Trader Joe's is I can't take pictures, I can't take a video. So anything that's new, I got to buy everything, bring it home, and then do a video. Lentils and brown rice, that sounds good to me. Okay, you guys are making me too hungry. I don't know if I can just sit here and read all these foods right now. Yeah, that's what I've done most of the time, just tossing everything together and be like, you know what? I need to write that down next time if I'm gonna make it again, because I never really make the same thing twice. No, I never make something the same way twice. Usually. Except for my smoothies. But alright guys, I think I'm going to get going. So remember, tomorrow night is going to be Clubhouse, and then Friday night is going to be the movie viewing of Seaspiracy for Twitch subscribers and $5 or above Patreon supporters. So you can find the information in the link below on Discord and Twitch. Other than that, hope you guys have a great night. Watch out for zombies, and I'll see you guys next time.